The fact remains, it doesn't matter how you try to hide or cover the truth. At the end, truth will always prevail. I like the way that this white professor is teaching white students that everything white man know today, they learned from the ancient Egyptians. We have been lied to for several years that everything we learn in school was invented by the ancient Greeks when someone like Socrates initiated the idea of philosophy. But some of us fail to understand that the same people that you feel invented philosophy killed Socrates when Socrates grew up in Athens. The reason why they killed Socrates is simple. Socrates left Greeks and went to Egypt to learn. And after learning from Egypt, he came back with alien philosophy that could not go together with the tradition of the Athens. Today, I am opposing every aspect of mental slavery in Africa because I was able to read books. If I didn't read books, it will not be possible. So for Socrates to have dared to go against the tradition of the Athenians simply means he have learned something that nobody else in Athens knew. But we don't want to face that truth for now. We've been lied to several times. We need to teach our people the truth. We need black people to know who they are, where we are coming, and how far we've come as a people. We invented everything on this planet. Your science, your art, even your stupid religion. They were all invented by black men. But along the way, we lost everything because of our current stupidity and foolishness. And we must trace back where we are coming from. Anyways, I want you to watch this video.
If you read what the Greeks said, not what we think, but if you read what the Greeks said, they said they got everything from Egypt. They got all their knowledge from Egypt. Pythagoras spent 15 years in Egypt, and what did he have to do? He probably had to spend 5 years convincing them that he was worthy to get the knowledge that they had. Remember, knowledge was power. Knowledge was sacred. Knowledge was something you just didn't publish in the newspapers. Knowledge was guarded very closely because it was of tremendous value. You wouldn't give it to anybody. You would give it to somebody who was willing to shave his head and be a penitent for 5 years, and then you might start to tell him things. Okay? And the Greeks did this. Pythagoras did this. Other Greeks did this. And they said that they got all their knowledge from the Egyptians. Now, when did we come up with the idea that the Greeks created everything from scratch? Well, believe it or not, it happened in the 18th and 19th century. And it's an unfortunate fact of life that Romanticism, which has many great things about it, also has a dark side, which has to do with racism. And in the 18th and 19th century, it was decided that it was just not appropriate for all this knowledge to come from an African country. Where would that knowledge, if it survived to the time of the Roman Empire, where would it have been kept? Yes. In Alexandria, in the museum, the library at Alexandria. And what happened to the library? It was burned in a war, okay? And at that point, what happened to those books that were burned? If they were written in living languages, there was a scholar someplace who had memorized the book and could just write it down again. But if it was in a dead language, like ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, end of story. Can't be reconstructed.